You know, Big Brother, this is Big Sister.
Got a question or an answer you seek?
Email it straight to JB every week.
Twitter, Facebook, YouTube too.
Hit up JB, he'll tell you what to do.
Wanna hear from me?
Just ask JB. Ask JB.
It is time for Ask JB, and today I am joined by the lovely and talented, you know her from all those Buzz60 tweets, Miss Mallory Johns, the social media coordinator of Buzz60.
Thank you so much for tuning in and for seeing me. I'm the face behind Buzz60's tweets.
Let's go. First question on Ask JB is from the lovely Emily Al 101, who is one of the loyalist best Stu Crew members in the world. Hey JB, of all the peeps you've interviewed, who has been your fave celeb that you've met, hung out with? John Bastow. There's a lot of them. You know, obviously, you know, our dear friend of the show, Miss Aviva Drescher, who's, you know, Stu Crew member herself. But outside of her, I would have to say Kathy Griffin, who's made a few appearances on the show. Yeah, she's been really cool. Who would you say is your favorite celeb that you've hung with, besides me?
I had a lot of fun meeting Big Ange from Mob Wives.
That's a good choice.
She was hysterical in her, like, fur coat. We actually did a story on her Shameless promotion on Buzz60. John actually pitched it. We did a story about how she modeled with Alessandra Ambrosio.
Yep, Alessandra Ambrosio and Irina Shayk.
She's big and...
bigger than life. And next question we have is a double header from Stu Crew member Chris Starr, who, I love me some Chris Starr. She is awesome-tastic. Chris says, JB, saw your piece on Buzz60, this is set up by her, about Banshee by the creators of True Blood. Do you think they'll do well without vampires? Very good question. Banshee is actually a new series by the creator of True Blood, but it has no supernatural beings at all. I was a little skeptical in the beginning because, I mean, I think one of the things that makes True Blood such a success is because it takes you beyond real life.
I remember when you did the review on Buzz60.
It should be a drinking game. How many times she mentions Buzz60, you will be bombed at the end of the 7-minute segment. Second question is, how do you feel about the changes on YouTube, channel page, and shitty recommended videos? Ask JB.
What do you think, social media coordinator? I think that they're awesome. It's really cool, the fact that it's like streamlined across all different platforms. So like when I'm at home on my PlayStation 3 watching YouTube, I get the same like channel banner for your site as I get if I'm on my iPhone, or I get if I'm on the web. Being
a social media guru, that is an awesome assessment of it. I do like the channel banners. I pretty much hate everything else about it because I learned how to do metadata really well. Yeah. And the thing is, now it is not king anymore. So like tagging and you know, having good titles and good pictures and everything is secondary. Every change that YouTube has made has hurt me in terms of views. So I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but ever since they went away from the metadata, and every change they've made subsequently has not been good. So I'm waiting for them to make one change that positively affects me. Next question is from Biggie D-Line, another awesome-tastic Stu Crew member.
Biggie, we love you. Seriously, Biggie, you're like one of the Buzz60 super fans, and you've heard me say it a billion times. He you are.
He is another level of amazing. Let's see. He says, Buzz60 John Bastow. What do you guys think of the new hashtag feature they are going to add to Facebook?
I cannot wait for it to happen. Being the social media guru that I am,
social media maven,
Pitbull, as you call me.
Pitbull. I call her social media Pitbull.
I can't stand the fact that there's no hashtags on Facebook, and I think it'd be great to bring communities together. That's my big thing. You'll hear me say it a million times tonight. I care about communities and building communities and making communities come together. And the hashtag does that. Also for discovery, just, I mean, it helps you get to know other people, but it also gets to help you know other people that are interested in a specific topic. And I think that's cool. I use it for discovery a lot of times. Even here, like we have cards, Ask JB, we do hashtag Ask JB. So if we could do that on Facebook, like we do on Twitter, a lot of people, like Mallory said, would find out about the show that don't know about the show right now. Should you ever follow someone on Twitter who won't follow you back? I would say that is a question of relative desire and relative need. If, for instance, you need to impress that person, or that person has something that you need more than that person may want to follow you, yes, follow them, you know, learn whatever you need to learn. It's not always a give and take. And then hopefully you'll get into a position where you are
respected enough and desired enough that that person will follow you back.
Sometimes you don't want your timeline to just be cluttered with so many things, and you're going to miss out on what that person has to say. So I would say maybe if you're using TweetTech, for example, make a separate column for people who are following you that you're not following back, so you can see what they're saying, favorite their stuff, interact that way.
Kathleen Marino, another amazing Stu Crew member, someone awesome. When is ABC going to... You read it.
When is ABC going to cast John for Dancing with the Stars? You should probably tweet at DTWS. Is that it? Dancing with the Stars?
She knows
at
it better than
ABC
anybody, I think.
DWTS. You should probably do that and then tell them to get John on the cast, and maybe that'll happen if you tweet at them incessantly.
Well, you got me on Watch What Happens Live. You got Parmalee to be a guest on this show, so the Stu Crew has power. So yeah, and then Kathleen also we're doing double hitters today. Double hitters from some of our top Stu Crew members. Are either of you missing the Jersey Shore as much as me? Everything has its season, and that one season is just over. All good things come to an end, but I would say one thing, if I was on that show, I'd rather go out when there are people like yourself saying, oh, why is it gone? We miss you. As opposed to somebody saying, oh, I couldn't wait for him to leave. Next one is from my good buddy and Stu Crew member, Michael Warbucks, and he says, dumbest celebrity story you've ever heard. You go first.
That could be a really long list. I mean,
well, this is rapid fire, so you just need one quickly.
It just happened on Friday. I can't say the tweet live on YouTube. Just like search Amanda Bynes on Twitter and see her recent tweet that she sent to Drake.
I would say almost anything with Miss Lindsay Lohan recently. Now she was sentenced to rehab lockdown. She actually got sentenced to this thing completely, left the courtroom and everything like that, and then they found out there is no such thing as rehab lockdown. There is no rehab facility that forces you to stay there. So now they're in a conundrum saying, like, what do we do now? It's like the Keystone Cops with Scooby-Doo. Huh? Walter Masterson, and this is the first time Walter Masterson has asked a question on SJB.
Is this a new one?
You just got chunked. What are some good outdoor exercises to get back in shape this spring? Of course, we always bring it back to a fitness level on SJB. Starting your cardio, because everything looks better when you do a little bit more cardio, especially in the morning, because you burn more body fat on an empty stomach, as opposed to if you do cardio later in the day, where those calories are coming from is a totally different place. And guys, that was the last question. Now, most important thing, I want you to write down below more questions for Ask JB. We'll, of course, have this lovely lady back again. Until next time, guys, much love
and respect.
Here telling you to subscribe to John Baystaff's channel. Did you do it yet? Did you do it?